40 extended family members, allegedly insured across 5 different insurance companies. One son insured for R6 million, one niece dead, and a woman from the Northwest now standing trial in the Mahikeng High Court, accused of turning her own bloodline into a balance sheet. According to court documents, the total alleged payouts come to approximately R9 million. The accused is Segomotsi Agnes Setshwantsho. The state alleges these were not deaths, they were collections. Question runs underneath this entire case. How does a person allegedly insure 40 relatives across 5 companies without a single red flag rising until the bodies started to accumulate? On the surface, Setshwantsho's life looked unremarkable. A woman from the Northwest province, a family woman embedded in an extended network of relatives across the region. The kind of household where a funeral policy is a normal monthly expense, where insuring loved ones is treated as care, not calculation. That is the world the prosecution says she allegedly weaponized. According to charges before the court, Setshwantsho allegedly took out policies on at least 40 members of her extended family across 5 separate insurance providers. Prosecutors allege she did this in a way that no single insurer could see the full picture. Each company saw only its slice. Together, the state alleges the policies stacked into a portfolio worth millions. At the centre of the case, 2 deaths, her own son and her niece. Court documents allege Setshwantsho's son was insured for R6 million at the time of his death. The niece's death is the charge that first brought her before a magistrate in November 2023, when she was charged with murder linked to an alleged insurance scam. But SAP's investigators say their inquiry did not stop with those 2 names. Police are also examining the suspicious deaths of her husband, her 2 daughters, and her brother. 7 deaths in total across one extended family, all allegedly linked, according to investigators, to policies the accused had taken out. None of those additional deaths have yet resulted in charges. They remain under active investigation. The prosecution's theory, as laid out in court papers, describes a scheme allegedly built on 3 pillars. First, volume. By allegedly insuring 40 relatives, the accused created a pool deep enough that individual claims would not appear unusual in isolation. Second, fragmentation. By allegedly spreading those policies across 5 insurers, the state says she avoided the internal red flags any single company would have triggered. Third, proximity. The alleged victims were people inside her own household and family circle, people whose deaths she could be present for, whose paperwork she could complete, whose claims she could file as the grieving next of kin. The case began to unravel, according to police, when the niece died and the claim was filed. Investigators have not disclosed publicly which exact red flag triggered the deeper probe, but court papers indicate that once SAPS began comparing policy records across insurers, the pattern became impossible to ignore. 40 relatives, 5 companies, a cluster of deaths inside one family. The arrest came in November 2023. Setshwantsho was charged in connection with the death of her niece and the alleged insurance fraud linked to it. She appeared before the Mahikeng Magistrates Court, where the matter was opposed for bail and eventually transferred upward to the Northwest High Court. Given the seriousness and complexity of the allegations, the charges Setshwantsho faces, according to court documents, include murder and fraud connected to the alleged insurance payouts. If the charges are proven, South African law allows for a life sentence on a murder conviction, particularly where the state can show premeditation or financial motive. Fraud charges of this scale carry additional sentencing exposure of up to 15 years per count under the Prevention of Organised Crime Act, depending on how the indictment is finally framed. The case is being prosecuted in the North West High Court, sitting in Mahikeng. Trial commenced in January 2025. From the outset, the proceedings have been marked by postponements. Defence counsel has repeatedly told the court that consultation with the accused has been inadequate, that further time is needed to prepare. The court has granted several adjournments on those grounds. Prosecutors have indicated they intend to lead evidence drawn from insurance company records across all 5 providers, financial transaction trails showing the alleged movement of payout funds, and forensic and medical evidence relating to the deaths of the son and the niece. The state has not yet publicly indicated whether it will seek to introduce the suspicious deaths of the husband, the 2 daughters and the brother as similar fact evidence, or whether those matters will remain on a separate investigative track. For now, those 5 additional deaths sit in the file as open SAPS investigations, not as charges. The defence has not yet placed its full version before the court. Observers covering the matter from the Mahikeng courtroom describe a case that is moving slowly but methodically. The complexity is significant. 5 separate insurance companies, 40 named policies, 7 deaths under examination. What comes next is the resumption of trial proceedings, the formal presentation of the insurance evidence, and, at some point, the moment the defence opens its case and the accused responds on record to what prosecutors allege. Until then, Setshwantsho is presumed innocent. The charges are charges. The deaths under investigation are deaths under investigation. The verdict belongs to the court. But the question planted at the beginning of this case still sits in the room. 40 relatives, 5 insurers, years of policies. How does a portfolio that large grow inside one family, without the industry that wrote it ever asking why? That is not a question the trial will answer. It is the question the trial leaves behind.